Welcome to another episode of SCP Readings. Today we're going to be reading one that isn't on the wiki anymore actually. As you may have seen, this is a -CL SCP, which isn't its official title, nor will I be calling it that, but it's used in the intro to refer to the fact that this SCP is a classic SCP. The current SCP-910 is well written, and I definitely understand why it's taken the place of this SCP. But the current SCP-910 is also incredibly lengthy, a bit confusing, and while I would love to read it, these videos take 2 hours to produce already, and I don't really want to extend the length to which I spend making them. Regardless, the link to the article will be in the description for you to follow along as I read aloud, alongside the link to the current SCP-910 article. Without further ado, this is SCP-910-Classic, as captured on the Wayback Machine, on January 12th, 2012. A sample of SCP-910 is to be kept locked in a standard biohazard containment unit. The item is to be secured by at least 2 security guards. In the case of contamination, anyone coming into contact with SCP-910 is to be terminated by incineration. Ashes must be disposed. In the case of a containment breach, the site must be locked down. All personnel must be terminated using the same methods described above. Handling and research of SCP-910 should be carried out with extreme care. Any experiment must be approved by at least 2 Level 4 Researcher Command personnel. SCP-910 is a highly complex protein. When a mammal comes in contact with this protein, the substance is absorbed through the epidermis, entering the bloodstream in 10 to 20 seconds after initial exposure. After 10 to 15 minutes, the protein modifies the regenerative abilities of the body by an as-yet unknown biochemical mechanism. Primates exhibit symptoms after an hour, while less complex mammals, an example, hamsters, gerbils, etc., exhibit symptoms after 20 minutes. Initial symptoms in humans include nausea, dizziness, malaise, and in some cases blurry vision. After 1 to 2 days, these symptoms start to fade away. The SCP classification is due to the long-term effects of SCP-910. Exposed subjects become apparently immortal, but lose normal biological regenerative abilities. Injuries heal at an extremely slow rate. Fatal injuries, except for injuries destroying a subject's body, do not kill the subject, even if it would be expected in a given situation. Subjects start to secrete the protein in sweat and saliva by SCP-910 was found on in a village near. Residents of the village were exposed to SCP-910 years ago. Elders of the village were several hundreds of years old and displayed severe signs of biological and mental decay. The village and residents were eradicated by the application of. Even though the village inhabitants were terminated, the possibility of remains. Those with security level 3 see interview log 910-1. Those with security clearance 4 see incident log 910-2 and incident log 910-3. Subject is a 72-year-old male resident with injuries partially covered by the subject's beard. The subject remains cooperative through the procedure. No signs of mental decay is observed by the interviewing agent. Please state your name and age for the record. And I'm 72. I see you're injured. Do you want any medical assistance? Oh, these scars. Don't mind them. I've done for ages. I've cut my face several times with shaving. They won't heal though. Doesn't that bother you? Of course it does, but I still have a lot of time. Do you need... Can't die. Do you know what that means? Have you seen the hospital? No. Please describe the hospital. And that's not the worst thing. Who knows what will happen when people... Have you considered that? You know nothing about it. You don't have to go through it. Please restrain yourself. Sorry. Please, Agent, get some help. I beg you. Please! Agent. After conducting interviews with the subjects, Agent proceeds to the hospital of the village. Upon arriving, a local volunteer proceeds to escort Agent to the ICU. The first room contains a severely injured 12-year-old boy. The volunteer explains that the child had sustained lethal damages by falling off a cliff in the nearby woods. The injuries do not appear to show any signs of healing. Child is in a chemically induced coma. The second room contains a man who is presumably the eldest resident. The patient seems to be due to advanced age and sustained injuries. At this point, the agent requests to take a 5-minute break. The agent confirmed the nature of the SCP and requested immediate backup. Backup arrived at due to exposure to SCP-910, Agent requested termination, stating that he didn't want to go through the same fate as the residents of the village. Request approved. However, so, as a fair warning, if you decide to go read the original article that this reading has been based off of, there is a slur that I had to replace, but honestly, that's fine. The rest of the SCP was fine, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel like this is very similar to SCP-006, wherein the Foundation kills anybody who comes into contact with it, unless it's the 05 Council. But, I don't know. With 006, there's the point to be made of the Foundation is incredibly fucked up because they kill anyone who comes into contact with it, unless they're a higher up, and that's supposed to, like, show double standards for, more superior persons. With this SCP, I mean, it's good, but, it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, that has been the classic version of SCP-910. You have a lovely day now.